Suddenly it was 8 o'clock. I'm hoping that I really am live here. Let's see if I can tell. I don't know. I hope we're on. Looks like we are recording, so that's good. Was a busy day yesterday. I was able to get my research completed and pictures gathered, and I probably could have recorded, but I did not have time to edit. So we're live today. Let's see here. Let's close that and move that where I can see what I need to tell you. This is the 26th. Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for September 26th. September 26th is the 269th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 270th in leap years, with 96 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is oddment. Oddment is a noun that means something left over, a remnant, a singular item of odds and ends. Something odd, an oddity. It's not unusual for an oddment to be left over from a larger piece or set. You could correctly say that she made a quilt from oddments of silk, for instance. Best I can tell, the word oddment is its own patchwork of Germanic odd with the Latin suffix ment. First known use of the word oddment is in about 1780. Oddment. Oddment was suggested by Lil B85 on YouTube. Thank you so much. If you have a word you'd like us to explore in this Word of the Day section, drop it in the comments. We'll take a look at it. And with that, this is the birthday of a man known as Johnny Appleseed. Born John Chapman, he acquired the name Johnny Appleseed over the course of his life and work. He was born on September 26, 1774. A popular legend about him is that he went trekking about spreading apple seeds as he went, tra-la-la, but in actuality he was not quite that carefree. He planted nurseries. He would build fences around those nurseries to protect the young trees from livestock and maybe wildlife, and leave the nurseries in the care of a local person who could sell some of the saplings and keep a share of the money in return. He also preached the gospel as he went about. I don't get much sense that he ever settled into one particular place, but was more itinerant. He never married and became a vegetarian in his later years. Johnny Appleseed lived to the age of 70. It was on September 26, 1905, that Albert Einstein published the paper that introduced his special theory of relativity. The United States Federal Trade Commission was established by the Federal Trade Commission Act on September 26, 1914. The Federal Trade Commission's job is to enforce civil antitrust law and promote consumer protection. The gangster known as Machine Gun Kelly surrendered to the FBI on September 26, 1933, and it sounds like he turned himself in, but what happened was, I guess they got him cornered, so he stuck his hands up and gave himself over to them. As he did, he shouted out, "Don't shoot, G-men," which then became the nickname for FBI agents. The Beatles' album Abbey Road was released on September 26, 1969. It was their last album recorded together. Of the 17 songs listed on the Abbey Road album, it's hard to pick out just one favorite, but I will mention Maxwell's Silver Hammer. Dark lyrics disguised by an upbeat sound, the recording, production, and inclusion of this song on this album was a source of contention for probably everyone involved. For one thing, John hated it, calling it one of Paul's granny songs. Ringo said it was one of the worst sessions ever. Paul about wore everyone smooth out working that song over until he was pleased with the result. Ringo would later say, though, sure, it was granny music, but we needed stuff like that on our album so other people would listen to it. Ah, I'm sorry about the difficulties the Fab Four were experiencing with each other long about then, but I'm sure glad they stuck through and got this album out. It's a good one. I've placed a link in the description to Maxwell's Silver Hammer, or yes, Maxwell's Silver Hammer, if it's been a while since you've heard it, or if you're new to this one, if you haven't heard it yet. Maxwell's Silver Hammer from the Abbey Road album. All right. Now, where am I? Okay. I didn't think about that. Okay. Well, I'm in here somewhere. I know I am. Let me close these back up. I had this brilliant idea that it might be a little bit smoother if I put them in reverse order and just opened them up as I talked about them, but I know now that I need to close them again when I'm done talking about them so that I can have this screen again. So this whole live thing is still a little awkward for me. I prefer to edit them in advance if I can, but it just didn't work out yesterday. And it might be a busy week this week. We've got some appointments and whatnot, so you might see me again. Anyway, no music here, no outro, and the outtakes are staying in right here. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Now we look for the thank you very much button. And thank you very much.